Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be making some orange marmalade. This is a sweet orange marmalade. I've seen an elderly lady on YouTube somewhere some time ago making this, and I thought, damn, I'm going to have to try that. I did, and you know what, it is quite nice. It's more like a jam than a marmalade, to be honest. It's not as bitter, and it is really nice. So anyway, I'm going to use the 4 whole oranges. So I have scrubbed these, and I'm going to put these now into my jam saucepan, whole. And to that, I'm going to add 1.5 litres of water. So roughly 3 pints of water. In the background now I've got the Winter Olympics on. I love watching the Olympics. I'm just going to add a little bit more, another half pint, say, just to make sure that the oranges are all covered. Which they are. Right, I'm going to put these on to boil. And once they've reached boiling point, I'm going to turn them down into a simmer, and then I'll let them simmer for about 1.5 hours up to 2 hours. And then I'll show you the next process. So I'll let these come to boil first. Right, the oranges have now come to a boil, so I'll turn these down into a simmer, and I'll simmer them now. I'll put them on a lower heat now, but I'll simmer them for up to 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Alexa, put the timer on for 1 hour 30 minutes.
Good afternoon, Alan. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Starting now.
Right, timer's on. Right, the oranges have boiled. I let them simmer now for 2 hours. So they've simmered for 2 hours. I pulled them out, and they're nice and cool now. I've also measured the water from the oranges, and I've got 500 mils there. I think it's 500 mils. Yes, well, it's just over a pint. 1 pint of the juice from there. So I'm going to add that to the pan. I've washed and cleaned the pan out. So there's the juice of the oranges. I'm going to put my jars in the oven, and they are on 100, so I'll just keep them in there now until I'm ready. And I don't know if you've been watching the Olympics, but I love the Olympics, and I've just been watching the curling, and UK have beaten America, which I think is fantastic. Absolutely. Anyway, let's get on with this. I'm just going to take off the core parts. I don't want any discoloration in this really. And you will see that it's really soft and nice to cut. So again, take out any of the discolorations. Oh, I've got the Olympics back on now. At the moment it's speed skating. I can't remember who's playing. Who's racing, sorry. But anyway, I'm just going to slice these up. And they will slice up really nice. So sorry for the background, but I am listening to it. So just cut the orange up nice, well, as you feel really, as big chunks as you want. But it's the whole orange we're using, not just the peel. So just slice them up, and as you see, yeah, slicing up really, really nicely. So it is the whole orange we're using. Take out any pith that you see that you can take out, but don't worry about it. As I said, this is the recipe I come across on YouTube. There was an old lady doing it. She'd been doing it all her life. So it's got to be good, isn't it? But I tried it, not with so many oranges. And gosh, it was lovely, absolutely lovely. So I thought, right, I'll make the proper recipe today. So I'm going to carry on with these now, and I'll add them to the orange water. I've chopped all the orange up, and all the orange is in there with the juice. So I also need the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm just going to peel off the rind, because I use that for my limoncello. So what I'll do is I'll put it in a freezer bag and freeze it. I'll write on the bag then when I got at least the rind of 5 lemons, I'll make my limoncello. So anyway, let's have the juice of this. I'm dripping here, so I'll take it over here. So I'll just add the juice of 1 lemon. Wash my hands again, sorry. I want 1 kilogram of jam sugar. I'm doing it this way instead of just pouring that in. I'm doing it this way because I want to use this up, and this has been in the cupboard since before Christmas, so I'll use this up. And this is jam sugar. That 1 kilo of jam sugar. And I want 500 grams of caster sugar. So I can open the packet. There's 500 grams of caster sugar in it. 500 grams. And slowly bring this up to the boil just to melt the sugar. So just clear up and do that a second. This is now grab my tea towel. This has diluted all the sugar now, so I'm going to gently come to a boil with this now. So I'll turn the heat up slightly as you come to a boil a second. It's better, you were too far away just now. So this is going to come up to a boil. Handle is a bit hot. This has come up to a boil, so I want it to come up to the jam heat. I've got my thermometer here ready, so when it reaches, where is it, 220, but there, it'll be ready. So give it at least 10 minutes on the boil. I don't know whether you can see the line, but it's bring it over here. It's definitely on the jam line, or just above the jam line, which is brilliant. Cooling down now. But yeah, it was on the line. So I shall take this off now and let it cool slightly now before I put it into the jars. So I'll take the jars out now as well. Right, everything's cooled down slightly now, the jars. And you can test this if you want to by putting a cold cold plate in the freezer. After about half hour, bring it back out, put a bit of this on, and then let it cool. And if it forms a skin on top, then I think it's about ready. I haven't done it that way for a long time, so I normally just go by the temperatures. I sometimes do test mine. But anyway, just going to jar this up. If scum does form, you can put a blob of butter in it and stir it round. The butter will disperse all the scum on the top. So that's before you jar it. Move this over for me to get out the jar. And just pour this into the last jar. I'll use my tea towel because it is quite hot. Oh, there's a little bit left which I'll put in a little jar now. I'll just top these up. I'll put the lids on these now. So just put the tops on these now. Nearly lost that one. Put the tops on these a second. And these are the marmalades. Yep, these are the marmalades. These are a little bit sweeter than the normal marmalade that you get, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're not so bitter tasting after bitter tasting, but yeah, I'm going to enjoy these with my toast in the mornings. Yeah, brilliant. Right, thank you all for watching. Any newcomers out there, welcome, and I hope that you enjoy what I do then. Tracy, this one, you're going to have to try this one, because if you do like marmalade, this is absolutely delicious. The extra caster sugar in it certainly makes it not so bitter. Anyway, until I see you again, thank you all, and bye bye. Bye bye.